What do you think, folks? Is it time for an update? It's been a while since you all have seen one of these, huh? So we're going to take another shot at it. This has been upgraded a little bit. I'll let Adam show you the new and improved version of the Goosebox.
Goosebox 2.0.
2.0. Second edition Goosebox squared. Whatever.
Yeah. So this is the 2 toggle switch, 1 push button option. This is exactly how you would receive it in the mail, other than the fact that this is probably taped up.
I would hope so. Or else you ain't getting it in the mail.
So for anybody that's wondering what this does, this is an easy way to get any small block, naturally aspirated, carbureted engine started quickly. A couple of updates from the last version. We now have color-coded wires. So each wire represents a certain thing. Yellow is your push button, red is the positive to your battery, and then you have a black and blue on this option, and that's for your toggle switches. The black is the first one, the blue is the second one. And they do now come with a handy-dandy instruction sheet that tells you all that exactly the same thing. If you order the 3 toggle version, it's going to have a green wire. That's just to the 3rd switch.
Well, those wires look a little thicker than the old version, too.
Yep, they are. They're actually really nice. We've got 20 amp switches. I do have one shipment of 30 amp switches right now because we're struggling to get anything. So a little heavier duty, nicer wires, really thick. Haven't had any issues so far. So it's really simple on how to do this. I bet we could do it in probably less than 5 minutes.
Well, you're at minute 36 right now. So.
Oh, perfect. So I cheated a little bit. I've got a few things pre-wired just to make this easier to show you guys, and I did use the same color codes to keep everything real simple. So the very first thing we run is 1 wire to the distributor. You're going to have a spot, maybe Cody you can show them on the other side over here. If you look at the top, you have a little square that comes off, and there's 2 things on top. One says BAT, and one says TAC. So your TAC is your tachometer inside. We don't need that right now. BAT is a positive battery. So I'm going to plug our black wire into that, and then run it all the way down here to the box. Black wire right here to black wire, and I'm just going to temporarily hook these up for right now. Just like that. Now this engine, we are running an inline fuel pump. That fuel pump is actually already mounted inside the rail, and the fuel line is hooked up, but you should have 2 wires on your fuel pump. You're going to have your positive, you're going to have your negative. So your negative, you want to ground that to your battery, and your positive, we're going to use the blue wire because that'll be one of our toggle switches. We're going to run that right up here. You can see blue goes to blue. Pretty simple there. So now we've got both of our toggle switches hooked up, and in theory the first switch should be the power to our distributor, so that's your kill switch, and the second one is our fuel pump, so that'll be able to turn the fuel on and off. So we've got 2 wires left on this model. Red is a positive to the battery. As you can see here, our red wire runs down and it goes to the positive on the battery. So I'll go ahead and hook the battery up. Hopefully it's tight enough for now. And then we're going to put our red to our red. Make sure our switches are off. Just like that. Last one, lonely yellow here. Yellow is the push button. So this runs right to your starter solenoid. So it's kind of tough to see down in here. But right on the other side, this is our main battery cable. Right here, this little guy is where our yellow wire runs. That's on your, again, it shows it on the instruction sheet. So we'll hook that guy up to our yellow.
Make sure you're covering these when you're normally doing it.
Yeah, don't actually.
You shouldn't have bare wires dancing all next to each other.
Don't hook them up like that. That's why they're spaced out on here for safety today. So again, just like the instructions show, red, positive on battery, yellow to the solenoid on the starter, blue we ran to our fuel pump, black ran to the battery notch on the distributor. Now make sure your battery is grounded to the engine, the frame, however you got it. I ran a temporary one to the front. No, this will not stay there in this truck. And the positive battery cable runs to our starter. So from there, let's see if we can get the fuel pump on. Fuel pump's running. We can see fuel in our lines right there. So now we will hit the positive. We've got power going to our distributor, and let's see if it'll start. There we go. We killed it with those 2 switches. So again, just for fun. Fuel, power. gas in there. There we go. Just like that. She started.
Now, for those of you that follow us frequently, not just because this says how to wire a small block Chevy, if you haven't noticed, the other intro to this Goose box is over 34,000 views. Easily, by far, a whole bunch. Our most viewed video. So, thank you to everybody that's watched that one. Definitely helped Adam sell a few of these things. And pushed him to do the upgraded version so that you guys can continue to order them and have an affordable option. I mean, there's some great switch kits out there that'll cost you a couple $100, but Adam, what's this going to cost you?
The 2-switch option, I think with shipping right now, just because shipping is outrageously high, it's running in that $60 to $70 range.
So definitely going to be a lot more affordable than a lot of options. Nice, simple, easy setup, and you get to work with Adam, so you get expert experience. There it is. How to start a small block, or how to wire a small block, version 2.0. For anybody that's come from that other video, we do a lot of other dumb shit. Feel free to watch some of that too. We appreciate you following along as always.
Get goosed.